Ryan Rushing here of the Abbey Sports Network as we are handling this year's preseason previews of our fall sports for the 2014 schedule. Today, I have Mary DeJute, the head women's volleyball coach here at the Abbey, of the two-time defending Conference Carolinas volleyball champion Crusaders. Coach, thank you so much for your time today. This is a club that is the two-time defending conference champions of Conference Carolinas. How does that sound even today as you prepare for the 2014 season?
It's still a little surreal. It was a fantastic run that initial year in 2012. And then again, of course, last year, it seemed, I know we've talked about it before, that it's been pretty simple. In 2013, however, it wasn't. We definitely have some things to overcome this year in regards to trying to step in and defend it.
Well, now you touch on something that I find very interesting. The 2012 club, in its first championship run, seemed to gather a spark or a magic that sort of carried it through and got the Conference Carolinas championship. And then it seemed like the 2013 club was a little more businesslike, and on paper it really did seem to have that feel as if there really wasn't a whole lot of dynamic or change going on there that created any adversity. Sounds like that's a different story than what, that's a different story than what it seems like.
Oh, I think we had several freshmen come in last year, very, very talented young ladies that came in and were instrumental in the actual season on a regular basis. Played a lot of minutes, played a lot of balls. So, bringing in that many new kids coming and defending a championship is very difficult. That transition into collegiate ball at this level. At the same time, you're right, it was very businesslike. I think they came in with some confidence because of what we had done in the past.
When you've got a club that is coming off of a championship season with new players in the mix, not necessarily incoming freshmen, even though there certainly were some, but you have players with evolving roles as they make their way through the program. How difficult is it for those college student athletes to have additional responsibilities on the floor, knowing that they're being asked to have a role of leadership, and knowing that the previous year they weren't necessarily leaned on as much in the course of the matches, and now it's a brand new year, they've got to make transitions?
I think student athletes that have not been leaders in the past that need to step in and become leaders, I don't think that's an easy transition. I think that's something that they definitely need to work on a regular basis, and they need to take the charge of becoming a little bit more of a leader. So that definitely was an issue last year, and I think that's going to probably be an issue this year.
The balls are going to be rolled out soon. Of course, you're going to have your home opener in the regular season here on September the 19th. When folks come out on opening night, September the 19th, for the 2014 season, what are they going to see out of this Crusaders club as best you can tell at this point?
I believe that every time we step on the court, you're going to see a group of young ladies that work extremely hard, that are very fit, determined, and competitive.
Sure.
So I believe that that's what they will see. I will also say that I think with the most recent successes, we get good crowds, we love our fans, and I believe that it will be another exciting adventure.
You mentioned the fans, and this Wheeler Center is one of the better home court advantages in Conference Carolinas play. With the success of the program, the style of play that you have incorporated here, the fast-paced, quick-hitting sort of team that has been comprised here, it makes for an exciting environment for those fans that come. For those who may not have ever been able to come to the Wheeler Center and attend a volleyball match, give them an idea of some of the things that they're going to see both on the floor and surrounding the floor here.
Well, I think the players obviously have a passion and a drive. We have a relentless pursuit of every ball. At the same time, the crowd is reflectant of that. They get involved. There's a lot of noise. There's a lot of activity going on. Of course, then we do the fun stuff in between sets. At the same time, we play hard, and our fans enjoy it, and they are respectful of what we do. They're respectful of the other teams, and I personally think it's a great way to spend the night.
You've got a host of players in the last couple of years that have made major impacts on this club. You look at this year's club, and the first name that sort of pops out at you is Hannah Schellenberg. However, it would be remiss of anyone to think that she is the one-woman show here, if you will. She's got a complement of players around her that are going to be expected to fill roles and are going to be able to do that with a high level of acumen. Kind of give us an idea of what some of those individual players look like coming into the 2014 season.
Well, we still have our returners. We have Caitlin Hankins, who has made a fantastic and phenomenal return after the leg injury at Wingate. We have Abby Stein, who's coming back in a different role than one of our starting setters. Right now, she looks to be a integral part in our defense. Gabi Martinez, an all-conference setter last year, she's still a big part of our offense. And then we've got some freshmen that are going to come in and I think do some fantastic things, but at the same time, they're going to fill some holes as well as some roles within this season.
This is a program that back in 2012, Kay Schellenberg was running the floor from the setter position, and Gabi Martinez and Abby Stein did it in sort of a tandem unit last year. Gabi Martinez really started to assert herself in conference play as one of those better setters within the conference. Now that she's got a year under her belt, how much more acclimated, how much easier do you think it's going to be for her to pick up the rhythm and the pacing of a grueling Conference Carolina schedule?
I think she knows what is expected of her, and I think she is stepping up and, as you said, taking that and running with it. However, I think with so many new hitters that we have that are going to be on the court, I think that's going to be a little bit of some time to get acclimated to not only their hits, but also those hitters with the different template sets.
As you get into the 2014 season, of course, you've got some exhibition matches that you're going to play. Then you start a long road stretch to begin the year before getting in here to the Wheeler Center on September the 19th. As we get closer to that opening home date on the 19th, what are some of the keys that you're going to look for to say, okay, we're here on the 19th of September. I like what I see so far, and here's why.
I think what I'm going to be looking for is the communication aspect. I think we've got such a large freshman squad that they are still getting acclimated to the tempo of this game, as well as some of, as you pointed out, we've got some of the returners that are taking on different roles. So there's a little bit of a transition there. I think defensively, we should be solid. I'm going to be really, really focused on our serve reception and as well as some of our offensive transitions.
Anytime a conference champion comes into a new season, there's a target on their back.
Yes.
A two-time defending conference champion has a definitive target on their back. You guys carry that mantle this year. Every team in the conference is going to be gunning for you, and you're probably going to get their A game night in and night out. It is a challenge, but how exciting is that for you as a coach as you're leading these ladies through the 2014 season?
We spoke about this with our team just a few days ago. What we wanted to let them know is that this is a whole new squad. This is not last year's team. This is not the 2012 team. This is the 2014 team. We haven't earned anything. No matter where we get put in with preseason, last year's postseason, it really doesn't matter. We have to earn it every single day on the court, whether it's in practice or in a match. So we're trying to do our best to focus on, the little things and what we need to do. And that's where we try to keep them focused on one day at a time.
Well, Coach, I wish you the best of luck through the 2014 campaign. I can't wait to have you ladies here on the floor September the 19th. We hope that you'll come out for the season opener at home on September the 19th. That's a 7 o'clock start here inside the Wheeler Center as you'll see the two-time defending conference champion Crusaders as they make their way through the 2014 Conference Carolina schedule. Coach, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Brian.
Folks, don't forget, for stats, standings, stories, and more, there's only one place in cyberspace when it comes to your Crusaders. That's www.abbeyathletics.com.